Hi friends and Happy New Year! It seems like 2010 passed in a flash, but it was another great year for me in music. Here are just a few of the highlights. I started off the year with a show not in Austin, but on a trip to San Francisco in January. This is Joseph Arthur, a singer-songwriter I first saw a couple years ago during South by Southwest, and I really loved him. Here he is at the Rickshaw Shack in San Francisco.
I've been uncomfortable looking in your eyes.
I also got to see him at the Cactus Cafe this year, that legendary venue that was saved from demise by KUT, the public radio station in Austin. So happy about that.
You want me down.
Another awesome show that I saw early in the year was at Antone's. This is Jay Farrar of Sunbolt and Ben Gibbard of Death Cab for Cutie. I mean, what's not to like about that? It was a really great collaboration. I'm so glad I got to go. And here are my friends Buttercup from San Antonio. I've really grown to love these guys since I met them last year. Here they are playing at the legendary Continental Club in Austin. And it's hard to believe that I just met the guys in Quiet Company this past January. I feel like I've known them forever. Not only are they really ridiculously talented guys, but they're a lot of fun. They show up in a lot of my highlights this year.
I'm just waiting for the bells to start tolling across the river where the water's overflowing.
One of my favorite places in Austin is Hole in the Wall, and here's my friend Paul Miner and a bunch of his friends playing the Nick Lowe classic, Cruel to Be Kind.
Oh, I can't take another heartache. When you say you're my friend, I'm at my wit's end.
Here they are again, the boys from Quiet Company. I told you you'd be seeing them a lot. Here's the song that you probably heard playing on the radio in the Austin area. How do you do it?
Can't seem to take care of myself. You're a part of me, the best part of me, darling.
At Emo's that night, Quiet Company was opening for one of my very favorite artists who I've seen many times, Evan Dando of the Lemonheads. Here he is playing one of my favorite songs of his, Outdoor Type.
I never slept out underneath the stars. The places that I came at was one time my car broke down for an hour in the suburbs tonight. I lied about being the outdoor type.
So this takes us up to South by Southwest time, and I'll quickly go through some of the highlights of that festival. Here is the legendary psychedelic rock musician, Rocky Erickson, playing with a great collaboration with one of my favorite bands, Acapulco River. Played South by Southwest this year. They released a new album, Transference, but here they are playing one of their classic songs. I turned my camera on. Here's Hayes Carl during South by Southwest playing at Antone's. He's one of the hottest up-and-coming country acts, and I've seen him a few times. I hope I get to see him again soon. You can see all kinds of acts at South by Southwest. Here's the classic group from the 90s, Stone Temple Pilots. Here's the legendary act Camper Van Beethoven. They also played some of the Cracker songs during this show. And I really don't want to judge any one of these highlights as better than another this year, but I have to say this was the first time I saw Courtney Love live, and it was pretty much a milestone in my life. I got to see her here at the Spin Party at Stubbs, and then also later that night at her South by Southwest showcase. Say it was pretty amazing and something I'm pretty sure I'll never forget. And yes, that's Smokey Robinson. They just don't get much bigger than that. During South by Southwest, the music community was saddened to hear of the death of Alex Chilton, the lead singer of the legendary band Big Star. Big Star was supposed to have a reunion during South by Southwest, and instead a tribute was formed for Chilton. And here's Sandra Lercha singing one of the classic Big Star songs.
There ain't no one going to turn me around. Ain't no one going to turn.
It was quite an emotional way to close out South by Southwest. So I know you're wondering, what, no Rhett Miller, no old 97s? I had to actually wait until April before they came to Austin for this show at Stubbs. It wasn't too long before I got another fix of old 97s. I went up to Dallas for this show that they played at the end of their pre-production on the new album they recorded this year. My friend Salim Nourallah also played at that show, and he produced the old 97's new album, The Grand Theater. You'll notice Joe Reyes over there playing guitar. Buttercup also played at that show, so that was definitely one of those perfect Cindy lineups.
And we just said, you know what, let's try a different approach.
So you may remember the interview show that I started last year. I got very lucky that Mr. Rhett Miller agreed to do a second interview with me, and he gave me some wonderful stories about the songs on the new album.
Yeah, his eyes were pits of despair, but his accent recalled the bayou. Women go crazy for guys who talk funny and men who treat them mean. You deserve better than that, my friend. You are no simple machine.
So it's kind of fun. It wound up being this very different thing that was a little more snarling and weird.
1, 2, 3, 4.
My friend Jason Garcia of Household Names came over to do an interview, and his bandmate Chris Peters dropped by with his tiny piano and xylophone to do this song.
One quiet night, saw you go by.
Maybe you can just give some back. And sadly, just as quickly as Austin got the influential radio station WOXY, the company that owned it pulled the plug on it unexpectedly. Here's music director Matt Shiv talking about the experience.
The outskirts, between Dayton and Cincinnati in a little college town called Oxford, Ohio. And the station itself was run by husband and wife, Doug and Linda Baylog. They started it in 1983.
So I invited Taylor Muse, the lead singer of Quiet Company, over for an interview, and instead of doing the standard performance, he proposed this fun little craft project. You'll have to go online to watch the whole thing at onthatnote.com to get the full experience.
Jesus Christ, you know it ain't easy. You know how hard it can be. The way things are going.
Yeah, he's a little insane.
Crucify me.
So is there a a bigger band in the world than Phoenix right now? Here they are playing at Stubbs, and this was really one of the highlight points of the concert. This was a great show by Ben Folds at Stubbs. His fans really love him and sing every song throughout his concerts.
Butterflies, I want to be.
Here's one more clip of Quiet Company at their EP release party when they released Songs for Staying In. I think this clip really shows why so many people love this band. And it was fun to attend the Conan O'Brien legally prohibited from being funny on television tour when it came to Austin. And I had a great birthday weekend. Conveniently, a couple of my favorite artists showed up. Here's Rhett Miller playing solo at Shady Grove.
That I can tell you are a singing girl.
And then a band I've been a fan of for a very long time made a swing through Austin. Here's Bare Naked Ladies singing one of my favorite songs of theirs, When I Fall. It's such a pretty song.
I look straight in the window, try not to look below.
And I think it really shows the depth and breadth of the talent of this band.
I try counting sheep.
Johnny Goudie is just an Austin treasure. If you have a chance to see him, please do so. This is him at the Saxon Pub, and this is a really fun song. Of course, another Austin treasure is Mr. Bob Schneider, and here he's playing 4th of July at the Nutty Brown Cafe. Here's one of my favorite female singers in Austin. It's Pink Nasty at Hole in the Wall.
With your friends, get out of here and take you home.
Here's one more from Old 97's playing at A Taste of Dallas. This is a song that Rhett rewrote the lyrics to Bob Dylan's Desolation Row. It's called Champaign, Illinois. It's been getting a lot of great reviews.
No one knows like you know right now how true and bad it.
And here's Austinite Ben Kweller playing a rare local show at Threadgills.
I need to freeze, I need direction. Oh, please show me all the rules, girl. I just want to get on.
The Pixies, Need I Say More? Monkey Gone to Heaven? One of my favorite songs ever. Rhett Miller did a solo residency at City Winery in New York City, and I conveniently planned a trip in that time frame. Here he is killing it on one of his new songs, The Dance Class. Which brings us to ACL Festival. I'll quickly go through some of those highlights. Here's Spoon. say that Pete Yorn did one of my very favorite performances of the entire festival. Here's Broken Bells. This is the second time I got to see them this year. I also saw them at South by Southwest. Muse was one of the headliners and they put on a really exciting stage show. A local band, and they're playing their song Carrie. If you put it on your workout mix, I guarantee you that you'll have a lot more pep. One of my absolute favorite songs of 2010 was this song by Band of Horses, Laredo, and I'm really glad I got to see them perform it live.
Gonna take a trip to Laredo. Gonna take a dip in the lake. Oh, I'm at a crossroads with myself.
The National is another one of my favorite bands, and in addition to this show at the ACL Festival, I got to see them the next night at the Austin City Limits taping. Make sure you see that when it airs. When you're passing the night under the silverest little bank lights, coming on and on and on, nice blazing thunder. So a double day of Old 97s is just the perfect day for me. Here they are doing an in-store at Waterloo Records on the day they released their album, The Grand Theater Volume 1.
We had a smoke on the water. We laughed for all we was worth.
And then later that night for a really rocking show at the Ghost Room.
Every night is Friday night without you. Every night is Friday night without you.
Which brings us to Fun Festival. It's a really great festival, great time of year. The weather was perfect. I got to see some bands I hadn't had a chance to see before. Here are Apples in Stereo, and that's John Dufalo of Death Ray Davies and other bands around Dallas that's playing the drums. And I really like Hold Steady, but this is the very first time I got to see them live. It was a great show. And a lot of people were really excited about this reunion of the Descendants, a very influential punk act. So it's pretty appropriate that my last show of 2010 would feature two of my favorite bands. First, Quiet Company here at the KGSR 20th anniversary party. And of course, the Old 97s, as if Santa booked this holiday performance especially for me. Thanks, KGSR.
You're a bottle cap away from pushing me too far. Well, the problem's getting.
So that wraps up another great year. When I look back at all the wonderful performances, I can't believe how lucky I am to live in such a wonderful town and to see and know so many amazing musicians. I hope you get out to hear lots of music in 2011. Maybe I'll see you at a show. Thanks for listening, and I hope the new year is full of friends and fun, health and happiness for everyone.
Yeah, I was born in the backseat of my